I'm so angry. I'm not even excited for this finale anymore. I'm so upset. This is so unfair to every single international fan, and additionally, every fan of the show can't afford to go see it.
This one
Some
event
people out there are
wanted to get it down to a week.
Glitch just put out a response to the
Okay, that's enough. Don't you all notice how this keeps happening? It's the same story every time. People like this drama, hating over what's popular, you know? Nowadays, it feels impossible to see something that's popular for some time and has been in trial for attempted cancellation.
Objection!
If there's something about cancel culture that doesn't sit right with me, it's that social media encourages to react quickly and embrace drama to maximize exposure before giving anyone appropriate time to react. And I get, in an emotionally driven world of social media, it's hard to not see a rage inducing Twitter world, not rage upon its stupidity. But we're better than these people. We aren't soulless creatures that react to everything that's given to us upon face value, right? Well, at least most of us, right? So some of us...
Welcome to the internet where everyone hates everything.
Even though the whole internet is aware of this, we still can avoid throwing our torches at big corporations every time a fact gets blown out of proportion by media. But listen, the important thing is that we try. We might fall into the bait now and then, but that's natural. Maybe it's not our fault then. Maybe it's a combination of human nature and the media we consume every day exploiting it. You know, I'm willing to argue we are a product of our environment. You can use the digital circus last episode being only in cinemas or Tung Tung Sohor being in fucking Fortnite as an example, you know. Now I'll get a little deep into sociology theories that explain how society reacts to the way media shapes messages. So stick with me for a second, I promise it's worth your time. There's this theory by sociologist Stuart that says that media messages are encoded with dominant ideological meanings by the people who produce them, and decoded by audiences in three different ways. Dominant reading, where audience accepts the intended meaning, and negotiated reading, where audience partly accepts but modifies the meaning, and oppositional reading, where audience resists and reinterprets the message. Now, you and I know it's not as simple as that. Its media meaning is not fixed, and all the time people have these different opinions. Heck, even after hearing both sides' perspectives, people might still hate on the same guy depending on how right or wrong they were.
I cannot allow false accusations and such extreme labels to be placed on me. I do understand that the people making these claims did it from a place of hurt. So please, do not send any more hate to anyone.
However, applied to social movements, frames often reflect existing power structures, in this case content creators. I remember everyone online reacted with violence and radicalism as soon as it was revealed that Glitch Production showed the last episode of their most popular series on cinemas 2 weeks before than any other platform. You know, for an audience that was basically used to seeing the episodes for free on YouTube, people demanded change. They wanted Glitch to release the episode for free at the same time as it did at cinemas. Which on hindsight sounds a little dumb. Why would you go to the cinema if it was free on YouTube? But the thing is, these people talked without knowing the full context. Because as soon as Glitch Productions gave context, they changed their stance. Now, let's talk about Ballerina Capuchin in Fortnite, because there's another theory. Because of social media, algorithms benefit engagement through hate and over-dramatization of events. Those with huge followings may have their jobs or status at stake, so they are encouraged to follow the socially acceptable opinion. I remember as soon as it was revealed Fortnite would release AI-originated skins, people were mad about the fact that Fortnite was, well, enter quotation, supporting AI. In quotation. After the initial drama passed, some content creators / leaders personalized the movement and created a negotiated reading of the matter. Since artists were still doing the 3D models and art, yes, it was originated by AI, but the Fortnite skins were still commissioned by the real artists. People hated AI, but loved artists. Do you see the dilemma? This creates a power paradox where the media itself defines what counts as reasonable and turns radical critique into consumable spectacle. Now, because these theories were written all the way back in 1990 something.
I was born in 2002.
I was born in 1980.
They obviously aren't perfect in today's day and age, but here's how they would adapt to today's digital media standards. Now we have more tools to change the way society sees media, because monetized movements still must navigate visibility, framing, corporate absorption, algorithmic sorting, and attention. Because of this, fatigue power operates not just through repression but through amplification, branding, and monetization. In other words, it's still hard for someone to manipulate audiences, but once a consensus is formed and the general perceived opinion towards something, any opposition is hardly considered until it gets viral enough. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed my little rant about cancel culture. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll proceed to disappear from YouTube and come back in like 6 months or something. Bye bye.
Seguir a Tribuno en redes sociales, please guys, I'm trying to break that 200 follower mark.